Elon Musk has now become more than just a businessman. With his passion for colonizing Mars and exploring space, he had been labeled for a while as a rich person only interested in spending his money on his heart's desires and not caring for humankind by giving away more of his money. He has proven wrong some of his critics by living a modest life and selling his homes. The situation between Russia and Ukraine has, however, allowed him to share more, proving his care for Earth and humankind. He became one of the first few CEOs to take a stand against Russia and assist Ukraine with resources to help it defend itself. In this video, we take a look at Elon Musk's plan to send a tank to Ukraine, which will help the country defend itself against Russian invasion. But before we start, please click on the like button and the subscribe button, while not forgetting to also click on the bell button to get notified every time we release more videos like this. Soon after Russia's invasion towards Ukraine, Elon Musk did not waste time sending his Starlink satellites to help assist Ukraine against Russia. It was an excellent idea since it has proven to work as intended, preventing Russia from cutting off Ukraine from the world. Since with Ukraine in isolation, Russia would easily take over Ukraine. Russia had planned to cut off most of Ukraine's internet connections through cables traveling in the ground. However, with SpaceX's Starlinks in the air, the Ukrainians were still able to communicate with each other and the rest of the world, making things harder for Putin's commanded invasion. Russia certainly has a strong military force, and Ukraine's military force cannot be compared to it. This is how Russia has managed to take over some parts of the country. However, it seems that Elon Musk's Starlinks have become of use on more strategies than the one Musk originally sent his satellites for. Ukraine has also been using their bit of technology to defend themselves against Russia, and they have been using a drone unit to achieve this. The drone attacks Russia's military trucks using Musk's Starlink technology. Watch the whole video till the end to find out how. With the aim of targeting Russia's military tanks, the Aerorozvidka Specialist Air Reconnaissance Unit uses Ukrainian drones to detect Russian tanks at night. With the help of Starlink technology, it operates in a way that allows the drone's cameras to lock their target and drop grenades, which are anti-tank, on the Russian tanks. This has helped Ukraine strengthen its defense against Russia, which is set on its ways to take over Ukraine. This strategy is futuristic and might set a standard for future wars involving modern technology. Musk has pledged to use whatever technology he can to assist Ukraine. More than just the satellites sent to Ukraine, he has also promised to improve the software used on Starlink satellites to help improve Ukraine's experience with them. The ability to now assist Ukraine using the satellites to power up Ukraine's drones is a significant success on both parties. The satellites connect with rockets in space, which send the link back on Earth, meaning that their connection cannot be disturbed by the destruction happening on the ground. Some were cyber-attacked by Russia though, but Musk has managed to control that and put the satellites in place once again. With this being their only attack, which is quite limited by the way, Russia seems to have little counter-efforts to Musk's strategies in helping Ukraine. The marriage between Ukraine's drone and Starlink is that the drone needs to have thermal vision to identify the tanks, particularly at night. In order for the drone to then reach the artillery guy, it must go through Starlink satellites, which are the most reliable in the country at the moment. This then allows the drones to set up a target acquisition, making the process both smooth and effective, as many of Russia's tanks have disappeared, and Russia only gets to learn about this strategy on television. That's if they have access to television channels outside their country. This is certainly disappointing from Russia's side. The amount of support and supply that Ukraine is receiving from Musk has become a pain on Putin's neck, and it doesn't seem to be ending soon. The hope is that soon enough, Russia will run out of funds and resources to continue its invasion on Ukraine and eventually give up. It must be noted, however, that Putin doesn't seem to be aware of his failing strategies against Ukraine. There have been reports that his advisors fear telling him the truth, since they also fear for their lives. The Starlink internet also assists the drones when Russia attacks certain parts of Ukraine and the internet is destroyed. This means that there would still be stability on Ukraine's part, and their general defense activity would continue as though nothing happened. This whole partnership between Starlink and Ukraine started when Mikhailo Fedorov, who is Ukraine's vice prime minister, asked Musk on the 25th of February if he could assist the country and send his Starlinks. Not only did Musk confirm with Ukraine that the Starlink satellites were activated in the country, but that he would be sending more satellites. He has kept his promise as he continues to send more Starlinks to Ukraine. In fact, 4 shipments of Starlink terminals have been shipped since March, proving the level of support Musk is willing to provide Ukraine and help to end the current war. Europe as a whole has also kept its word in contributing to Ukraine through technical forms. Since Starlink has made its way to Ukraine, they have been sending internet antennas. This gives Ukraine more options for their communication. Deforov has told WAPO that the quality of Elon Musk's Starlinks is excellent, and they have also confirmed they are receiving terminals with new shipments every other day. Although this indication clearly shows how well Musk's strategy has worked, it also has become a target for Russia, who have tried to hack and attack some of Starlink's satellites. This is why Elon Musk has warned Ukraine to only use Starlink when they need it and use their normal internet when they can. Russia has failed to hold a successful cyber attack on Starlink satellites. Now you might wonder how this tells us about Elon Musk's futuristic tank that could be used by Ukraine to defend itself against Russia. Starlink satellites being sent to Ukraine has proven that Musk is willing to release some of his unreleased work at both SpaceX and Starlink for good use. The idea of a battle tank becoming part of Tesla's projects started in 2020 when Musk could not stop talking about it. He made it known to the world that he is planning on building a futuristic battle tank. He also expressed that this tank would look like something that came out of space, something that had been used by aliens. He was referring to features that were used in the Cybertruck, which was bulletproof and had all the features needed to be used as a military vehicle. The Cybertruck was designed with the idea that it would be a vehicle used in the apocalypse, futuristic and practical for such environments. At the moment, the Cybertruck's stainless steel body is bulletproof and can withstand a shot from a 9mm gun. However, it does seem that the apocalypse has come early for Elon Musk and his invention, the Cybertruck. With the pushback against Russia and Russia not backing down, sending a redesigned Cybertruck to Ukraine might be an option to help tackle attacks and move more freely from point A to B in Ukraine. This could help both the army and civilians. This will make it harder for Russia to easily destroy certain parts of Ukraine which it is currently targeting. There are rendered images of this Cybertruck which are on Twitter and other social media platforms. Jan Pelsert, who is a designer, is the person behind the rendering of these images. There are 4 variations of these Cybertrucks, and one thing is common with all. Their design is meant to be comfortable, practical and user-friendly for both military and civilians, making the truck suitable for day-to-day travel and mission-based projects by the government. The 4 variations are namely the Plate Apocalypse, which is for civilians, the Nex Humvee, which is more focused on transportation, the Quiet Scout, which is based on the reconnaissance, and lastly the Tank, which is fully designed for combat. The Tank is the truck of interest in aiding Ukraine with more defensive military weapons. The roof of the tank also has a solar panel roof to help the truck self-sustain when placed in a difficult situation in battle. It will also be beneficial when such battles are carried out in places like the desert where there is lots of sunlight. Now the question is on whether the Ukrainian government would be willing to use the Cybertruck or potentially even swap it with their gasoline military tanks. But it's clear that Elon Musk already has answers to questions relating to Ukraine's defense efforts. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments section below what your thoughts are about Elon Musk's Cybertruck being used as a replacement for current military tanks used in battles. Should the Ukrainian government trust Musk and his company Tesla on this? Remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.